Är vi live? Då kör vi, då hälsar vi välkomna till Håkanssons TIEBREAK. Och idag har vi en riktigt bra gäst, Miguel Oliveira. Welcome to the sofa.
Thank you very much, very glad to be here. First of all, this one. Second of all, I want to thank Studio Padel for the amazing job that they are doing since many years to paddle in Sweden. Hope you can come to Portugal because every time I come to Sweden, the welcoming is very warm and I feel very blessed to be a part of this event and to be a friend of all the Studio Padel crew. You have an amazing team, an amazing energy, and first of all, thanks one more time for the develop you do in paddle.
We only have 15 minutes, Miguel, so you cannot be polite too long. Thank you very much.
Okay, for
Thank you. I'm going to ask you some questions about paddle in Portugal, contra paddle in Sweden. How is paddle in Portugal going? Is it going in a good direction?
Yes, we have the lucky to be near Spain, so we start very early and we start playing professional tournaments and the Spaniards come to Portugal to play and to be there. So in that case, yes. Nowadays, I feel like we should have more professional tournaments. I think we could have a little more young players that can come and can substitute the top ones.
Yeah.
But it's a path. And paddle in Portugal it's growing, and we have a good federation. So I would say yes.
You have a good federation, but also a very proud federation. It's like Portugal always goes their own ways and have been in some fights with FIP and so on. How has that been for you, national team players?
In the beginning, we had a fight, internal fight, because we had a dispute of the sport in between the Federation of Padel and the Federation of Tennis, and all the players give their support to the Padel Federation because we thought that might be important for the sport to have its own federation. And the federation helped a lot, many players to grow and to be professional, including me. I am what I am because what the federation did for me.
Okay.
So in that case, I'm very glad and I'm very thankful for what the federation did. Nowadays, in paddle as well as in life, I don't think like the war is the best way on getting the things. I prefer peace and love. So in that case, I would say that we should try to have peace and love in Portugal and in paddle and in the world as well. It's about that.
Yeah, you have your own situations. You had played on World Padel Tour. Now you had played on A1 Tour. Can you explain what happened exactly between you and World Padel Tour?
Yes, they for many years they did contracts with the players where they were a little abused and they did contracts of exclusivity and they didn't give the conditions to the players like the players give to them. So if I work for a company, I'm talking about life, if I work for a company and they want me to be exclusive working for them, they have to give more than just tournaments or just prize money. And in my case specifically, because of the pandemic, they didn't fulfill the contract that they had with me. And I asked them if I can leave without any problems. They didn't allow me to leave. And because they didn't allow me to leave, I said to them that they must fulfill the contract, because if they want me to fulfill the contract to them, they have to fulfill the contract with me. and they said that I must fulfill the contract, and they don't have to fulfill the contract, and I don't believe in that, so I left, and they put me on a trial, and we went for a trial for over a year, and luckily and fairness, the judge in Madrid, they give me reason, thanks to my lawyer, and then I can be free, because we cannot obligate someone being in a place that they don't want to be, especially if they don't fulfill the contract. If they fulfill the contract, I would fulfill the contract, but because they don't, they cannot make me do that. So was more or less like that, to be quick.
Did you become a more happy player when you left the World Padel Tour and become more free and played some other types of tournaments?
Yes, for sure. I have a friend, I want to call him a friend, that taught me one valuable lesson about the sport, that we, the players, we are companies. Some players are small companies, some players are big companies. I'm a company, and a company, we have to make contracts and be around partnerships with companies, either they are big or small, that both are enjoyable, and both of us are okay with it.
Yeah.
And since I left, I start to be free to play whatever tournament I would like. I had some great moments, not only in APT, now the A1 Padel, but also in FIP and Portuguese tournaments. But what I feel like it's the most important thing is that the player can be free to decide which tournament he plays. But if he signs a contract of exclusivity and he gets paid for that, and then if it's paid for that, then he can play just that circuit. It's like the rackets.
Yeah.
I have a contract with Babolat.
Yeah.
So every time I go to the court, I play with Babolat. Every time. I never play in the court, and I never play paddle without a Babolat racket. But why? Because I have a contract of exclusivity with them that they pay me. If it's more, if it's less, it's the agreement we do. But what is not possible is that the circuits, and I'm talking about the circuits because all of them are doing that, we cannot sign a contract of exclusivity just because we are participating in their business, because their business is to making money. So they want to make business by making tournaments. We, the players, want to participate and want to win money. So if any circuit wants a player to be exclusive, they, in my opinion, of course, they have to pay more than just the prize monies. Yeah. And if in that case they pay more because they have a sponsor, or because let's say, for instance, that Babolat makes an agreement or a contract with me that says, Miguel, let's make an agreement, but you have to play all the A1 paddle. If I sign, I'm making a contract with Babolat, but I know that I must be exclusive to play A1 paddle because I'm making a Babolat contract. If the circuits wants the players to be exclusive, they have to pay to the players. They cannot say that they are giving prize money to the players, because the prize money is a thing that you don't know if you're going to win or not. Because if you lose in first round or if you lose in qualifying, perhaps you will not win. And I feel that it's my opinion, because in no other sport it happens that. In football, when a player signs for a team, he don't win if the team wins. He has a salary. Every month, the team of football pays the hotel, pays the trains, pays the trips, pays everything, plus bonus if the team win. And I think in Padel is the same. Or if the circuits don't want to pay to the players, and it's fair that they don't want to do it, at least they cannot obligate the players to be exclusive, and the players choose if he plays in China, if he plays in Sweden, if he plays A1 Padel, if he plays FIP, if he plays whatever tournament he wants to play.
The clock is ticking. We only have 15 minutes, so I have to ask you the last question now. It has been a very good tournament here.
Yes.
What male team do you think will win the tournament?
Very good teams here. You had very lucky and merit. It's lucky in a good way because you organize so good the tournaments and you do so good for Padel that the players want to be here. So you have lots of good players and good teams. I don't know who will win, but if I have to say one team, I would say Jairo and Facundo.
Okay, interesting. Miguel, very nice to have you here in the sofa. Thank you very much.
And to be here.
Very much good luck in the future.
Thank you, the same. Keep up the good work and for sure we're gonna see us again, for sure.
Och då tackar vi för Håkanssons tiebreak för denna dag, så syns vi imorgon. Häng med!
Thank you.